Hello, it's Alec McLeod. This is a problem that I had with my td5. It started leaking from the regulator, the fuel regulator, which is this gadget here. You see the hole where it was dripping out. It's situated right down at the back of the engine here. I've put the bolts back in just to show you where they go. There's two at the top, one at the bottom, but the fuel was dripping out and down onto the prop shaft, which is a telltale sign. But the regulator itself, if you buy one, comes in a complete housing. All of this housing comes with it. These pipes here for the sensors and the going to the fuel cooler, etc., and the fuel inlet, they needn't be changed. Just the regulator, if possible, unless the pipes are leaking, of course. But this regulator here is sealed in with the O-rings and secured with a circlip. I've showed it the wrong way around because it's easier to show you where the bolts are with it extracted. This is the new regulator that will be going in, and this is the steel shim, which is a fuel seal. Don't use the old one because all of this will be flattened out and you've got a high risk of a fuel leak again. The pipes I'll do in reverse order. This one here, it just has you pull back on the black part and slide it off of into the fuel cooler section here, and the pipe that goes into the top, this one, you see the O-ring at the top there, which you have to replace when you buy the kit. You get not only all the O-rings, but you get the shims for the early and the later models of the td5. This simply goes, undo this, give it a sharp tug, and out she'll come from this position here. But I'll do it in reverse. This is the electrical connector for the sensor, which you have to disconnect, but I'll show you that when I start reassembling. Here you can see the regulator fitted in, the circlips just in there. I've used just a pair of long nose pliers. You can use circlip pliers, but that was adequate. Just compress it, click it in. The regulator itself, the pressure regulator with the two O-rings on it, you press hard and it pops in, clicks. But obviously make sure that you use the right shims. That goes on first between the engine and the regulator. You can see the difference. This is the one that I took off. You can see it's fully compressed. This one has got the raised edges which do the job and seal everything. I'll put the new O-rings onto the pipes now and start again. I don't know if you can see what I've done down there. I've put the shim into position before I've put the regulator back in, and how I've held it there is just an old trick of putting a couple of dabs of grease onto the face of it, and it causes a bit of suction, and that way it's not flopping around when you're trying to get the bolts in. I've put the top pipe on, as you can see here, before it goes in, because once it's pushed into position it's a little bit difficult to get at. Don't over tighten it, because remember it has got an O-ring at the end, so if you over tighten it you could squeeze it. And there we go again. You'll see I've got the top two bolts in, but the bottom one, if you just see, I've put some yellow tape on to the you can just see, if I bring it across, I've put some yellow tape onto the bolt because it will keep dropping off otherwise, and just locate it then into the slot. That's it gone in there, and I can hand tighten it. That is just the very difficult bit. You can see it in there, otherwise you'll have a real problem getting this in. Okay, that's everything back into place. You can see down here, this is the one that you press the catch in, opposing, and slide it back. This one you just lift the clip and take the electrical connection off. I've just got to put the engine lifting bracket back on, rearrange all the pipe work back to where it should be, and then start the motor. Once you start up, don't start straight away, turn the ignition on, allow the self-bleeding system to grunt and groan its way, get rid of all the air, and then you can start up. That's everything back in place now. The air has been bled out of the system and started up. Everything works well. I hope this is a help to you. The only tools that you'll need is a 14mm spanner and an M10 socket. I've used a small socket because the access isn't very good, but the savings that I've made by just buying a kit and rather than the whole unit with all the pipework attached to it is is £40 for that, and if you go the other way it's £160, which is quite a big saving if you can manage to do it yourself.